I just lie on all my things.
That's nice of you.
I feel like I put up a garage sale every week.
You should do it for
Here are warm clothes. Go.
safety.
What?
You should pawn off your clothes for safety.
No, it's the thing to do. Like,
I know.
hey, are you the smallest human being? You'll need to be the warmest then. Here, take my warm things.
Screw Kayla. Just kidding. So how are you?
Well, there was a roller coaster of up and down
Oh
yesterday.
my God, no doubt.
I don't know, I'm okay, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not entirely pleased with the events of the day.
I know.
Because
I don't think many of us are, to be honest. But I mean,
based on
yeah, go ahead.
Well, just based on the idea that you know, there was thoughts in week 2 about, okay, well, if someone comes down, then someone goes up and everything else and all of that shit. And then, you know, and then that didn't happen. And so I sent Andrew home. And I feel like last night was definitely if the plan was to backdoor Hams, it doesn't matter that Ryan's game is in jeopardy, because Ryan will just go home if Hams doesn't, and that he's an acceptable loss. And I don't want to be an acceptable loss. And so, you know,
Yeah,
I admit to being pretty choked about the whole deal.
Yeah.
You know, because I know that if Hams won the veto, he's not pulling Marin off, because he knows that next to Marin I go, and Hams would, you know, and I feel like there was a lot of chatter where, like I said, I'd rather be the last one pre-jury than the first one jury.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think a lot of people took that to mean that I'd be okay if I went home. And I figured just by winning the veto last night, I showed that I'm not okay to go home.
For sure.
You know, I packed all my shit just in case, because you never know how the game's going to play out.
Yeah, I actually forgot to do that.
I didn't want anybody to have to pack for me. So I put it was still in the room, but I packed all my shit. So all you had to do was wheel it out, right? But at the end of the day, like, you know, I know that my game was in jeopardy last night, and Liv put my game in jeopardy last night, and I had to save it myself.
Yeah.
And I did that, but that sure kind of, you know, if whatever we've talked about was supposed to be a, you know, looking out for looking out.
Yeah.
You know, it's not really looking out if I'm the acceptable loss in a move.
Yeah,
you know?
I get that, and that's why I wanted to talk to you, because I really wasn't content myself with the nominations. It wasn't what was priorly discussed. And I think that although she handled it, I think, with a lot of class and a lot of grace and very poised and calm, I would have been freaking out. I think that the pressure got to her. It was supposed to be Maddie up there.
I was surprised that it wasn't both times, actually.
Yeah, it was supposed to be Maddie. We underestimated how passionate Johnny is about her. And, you know, we have a good relationship with Johnny. I don't know where his head is at 100%, because he seems to be okay with everybody. And I kind of had, you know, a hunch that he was close with them, but didn't realize how close. And there was a bit of a backlash from him when it was stated that that was the plan, and I think it freaked Liv out, which in turn caused her to make a snap judgment reaction decision without really thinking through, again, because had we had time to talk, discuss, and like review all the conversations that we've had, all the trust we've been building, all the everything that has happened since week 2. I know for certain she wouldn't have done it. You know what I mean? But that's why when you were in the pantry, you're like, I was going home if I didn't. You weren't. Even though you were up, you weren't going home.
I feel like against Marin, though, if Hams had won that last night, I feel like
so
against Marin, I go home.
If Hams had won. So I'm just trying to give you a little bit of insight into what was.
If Hams has won, he maybe pulls Marin down.
He had put on, and Maddie would have gone up.
But I think Hams would have looked at it for real and said, "There's no way people vote Marin out instead of Ryan, so I'm just going to let Ryan go."
And if that had been the case, Marin would have actually gone, because the consensus was that take out Marin, weaken Hams.
Right.
Or take out Hams, weaken Marin.
Right. Right.
Or Hams wins, take Marin down, Maddie goes up, Maddie goes home.
Okay.
So I understand, and that's why I really wanted to talk to you about it, because, and I completely understand if you feel like you're taking a step back now because of the actions, because I feel that's a natural and normal reaction, but I really wanted you to at the very least understand the behind the scenes.
I see the math on it. Because the conversation I had with Liv beforehand was just, if I put you up, you're not a target. And that was all I got. And I was like, okay, that's not enough for that sentence.
No, and again, because there's no time.
Yeah.
There's no time.
Yeah.
Had it been a normal, everything would have been, and that wasn't the original plan.
Right.
She said that to you after Johnny had that reaction.
Right.
Because when I walked in there and I was first, she said, Maddie and Marin. I said, cool. And then Johnny went in afterwards, and when I came back around, she said, Ryan and Marin. I go, what? What the fuck just happened? She's like, Johnny just freaked out.
Right.
And so she let pressure, not time, and nerves kind of get the best of her, is what I'm trying to tell you. But I want you to know that that wasn't our intent. You know, and I mean, it's her HOH, but, and I personally, even though we're obviously working together, I didn't push any of my personal agenda on her, because it is still her power, and she's got to look out for her own game.
Right.
But I wanted to talk to you, and I'm sure she will later, but I wanted to talk to you because I'm looking out for my own game and letting you know that it was never my intent, you know, to put your game at danger.
Right.
I told you that I respected you week 2, and I told you that I would be open to post-jury.
Right.
Right? And I told you that I see you as a valuable asset in terms of how much you know about the game and how your strategic mind works, and that wasn't blowing smoke up your ass. You know?
Appreciate that.
And had I been the one in control,
Maddie
would have gone home.
Right.
Because I don't know if there is or not, but I do feel that there may be a Paris, Maddie, Will, Johnny, maybe.
Maybe I don't
know.
Again, I sit.
I just see the closeness, right?
Of course.
But then, again, Johnny's close with everybody, so I don't really know. What I do know is that Maddie, Will, Paris are tight.
Right.
Right. So my intent was take Maddie out, weaken the trio.
Right.
And that was truly because again, no disrespect to you, but to you right now, I feel like you're flying solo. Do you know what I mean? And if anything, you're willing to work with us or with me or whatever it is. And I don't feel, and I don't sense, and I could be completely off base, or maybe before yesterday, I don't know now, but before yesterday, I really didn't feel or sense that you were coming after me.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
So it was easy the events play out that way, and it was really frustrating, especially because I feel like she made a decision based on what somebody else wanted for their game.
Right.
And that bothered me, because she's probably my closest friend and maybe ally in the house, and I didn't even push my personal agenda on her.
Right.
And then for somebody else to do it really bothered me. But at the end of the day, it was her call.
Right.
So I couldn't really do anything, but I had said to her, if you go do that, then just know that I'm not voting for him to go.
Right.
I'm going to vote for whoever the other person is, whether that be Marin or Maddie or Hamza.
Well, I think I would have survived against Hams.
Yeah.
I would have survived against Hams.
Yeah.
But the only way Marin was coming off is if he wanted himself.
Yeah.
I was walking around this yard last night after it was all over, and I'm like, if it turns out I've lost the veto, and I go home because Marin beat me by less than a second, and I beat Liv to the buzzer by less than a second, because she guessed 1, 2.
Yeah.
She won't say she did, but I saw her hand. It moved over. We both guessed 1. I just got there faster.
Yeah.
And I'm like, if I've lost my
Just by
entire game
seconds.
by less than a total of 2 seconds, I'm going to be very bitter about that for a long time.
Yeah.
So when they said it was me, yeah. So
Yeah.
like I can tell you, I spent most of the night reviewing weeks of conversations with a lot of people. Because it did come to me through a couple other people that Hams had no problem throwing my name around as an easy vote and an easy way to get an easy person to send home on an HOH and not get blood on your hands.
Oh, okay.
And so...
He never said that to me?
And despite being that close with Hams. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, to know that he was just kind of keeping
It's a good thing
me
we got
around
him
like
out
a pet.
then.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I mean. I'm content with the events of yesterday because it was a big day. We got out 2 huge targets, but I just wanted to talk to you because I wasn't pleased with all the events of the day. That being one of them. And that's sincere and genuine, So...
Still throwing balls in the pocket, being upset. The only difference is I got 2 targets with 1 shot. That's it. That was the difference between me staying or going, I think.
Yeah.
Because I think even if Maddie goes up, I think Maddie did enough work last week that she may have been able to sway people to keep her in there. Because she was on the block like 3 days earlier.
Yeah.
And she, in my head, from the people I talked to, I think she had the votes to stay. I think it was going to be 6-4 her stay.
When it was Maddie and Marin?
Yeah, when it was Maddie and Marin. I heard say, I got the feeling it was 6-4
Yeah,
for
because
her to stay.
Veronica's such a flip-flopper.
Right.
But, yeah, I think Erica had that plan in place pretty quick.
Oh, I think so too. I think so too. But, I mean, especially when she won the veto.
Yeah.
I mean, frankly, I can't, I told her, I said, Maddie and Marin aren't power players in the game.
Yeah.
And I said, you may only get 1 HOH, so do you want your 1 HOH to be the one where you sent Maddie or Marin home or not? I mean, I still think I'm in the situation this week, too. I don't know that, I'm curious to see what she's going to do. I'm not going to ask her because she'll do what she wants. So
Yeah.
I'll find out. As long as it's not me, I don't really care.
Yeah. Of course. No, that's
like,
every week.
Long-term game. Like,
Yeah.
As long as it's not me, I don't care, But at the end of the day, I think wherever she finds it, if she's afraid that... I'm afraid that she's going to say, well, I can't afford to send home another power player this week because...
I definitely think...
And I think
my
it's the wrong
vibe
move for her.
My vibe from that chat, and she's still talking up there with other people, but my vibe from the chat, and I chat a little bit over Wendy's too, is that she's definitely not making a power move this week.
Yeah. All that does, though, is it leaves the same size target on her back with bigger competition coming at her.
Yeah, but I think this week she's looking at, whatever she considers to be a floater.
Yeah.
Because it's too common in this game that you rip out all the big targets and then the floaters unite and then they turn on her. Right? Because she does have the biggest bullseye on her back right now.
I think so.
So she's got to...
But I don't know that that's true.
Well, I mean, because Dayla's still here.
Yeah.
But you remove them out of the equation.
Yeah.
And what are you
It's
left
funny
with?
though, I still don't know. I mean, it depends on the thing about Erica is the perception is still that she's not directly working with anybody, and that she's somewhat of a free agent.
She kind of
Well, if
is, or
you're a-
seems like it.
If you're a power free agent, then people are going to want to pick you up, not take you out.
Right.
Because, oh, well, if we add Erica now, she can carry us to Final Four, Final Five, and somewhere in that neighborhood. And I mean, my power floaters can afford to get rid of floaters and not attack power players, especially in the game we're playing right now where there are noticeable duos around the house. In my head, right? A floater can't take on a power duo because then you've left someone in there that's going to come after you immediately regardless. On the other side of that, if power players take out floaters, all they've done is left more power players to attack them. So I think it with Erica, she's better off taking the shot, because if she doesn't take a shot, she's leaving power in the house to come after her, as opposed to weakening the pool and being able to, you know, go HOH veto, HOH veto, HOH veto, right? If she leaves power in the house, that weakens her chances of that. And she's shown she's won 2 physical comps and she's won 2 mental comps. So there's nobody that stacks up in any of that against her right now. You know, Liv won a mental comp. I won a satin, you know, watch everyone else around me eliminate themselves comp. Well, like if we did that survey now, nobody would get a question wrong.
Yeah.
If you redid that competition this week,
Yeah.
nobody would get a question.
That's fair.
And so I won that purely on luck and empathy, because I did say to Will at one point, I'm not taking you out because you have a kid at home and you want to see your kid.
Yeah.
And then Erica clicked in and she's like, no, I can't eliminate Ryan. You know what I mean? So that kind of, that played, right? Like,
Yep.
you know, so yeah. So I don't think I mean, I definitely won the one last night, but it wasn't hugely physical and it was over in less than 2 minutes.
Yeah, I was so close.
I know,
I've
you
now
had 4 out of
played.
5.
I've now played in 10 comps.
Have you been in the veto every single week?
No.
Oh, right, because you've never won HOH, so you've been in 6 HOHs.
Yeah.
6 HOHs and 4 vetoes?
Game of Inches.
Yeah. Oh, you were in the first HOH. Yeah, so
Yeah.
you've played in every HOH, and there's been 6 of those.
Yeah.
And you've been in, and you were in...
Game of Inches at
Game of
7,
Inches is a
and then
veto.
I played in...
last night's veto, and
Yeah.
then you played in the Fisherman's Wharf,
Yeah.
Fisherman's Barf,
Yeah.
which is 8.
And then there was one more.
You didn't play Tomb Raider. You hosted Tomb Raider.
Yeah, no, but the one after that. Not
I played in
Flash
it.
of the Block.
Oh, the Wendy's Ice.
No, I didn't do
you
that
weren't in
one.
that one.
After
Is
that.
it only 8?
I played in... Wait, what?
Is it only 8?
No.
Because Fisherman's Barf is the one after Wendy's. It went Game of Inches,
Yeah,
Tomb
and then
Raider,
the
Wendy's,
Ping Bong or
Fisherman's
whatever.
Barf, and then this one.
Yeah, that's
I think
9.
you're only in 8. No, because I counted that one.
No.
6 HOHs,
Yeah.
Game of Inches,
Yeah. Fisherman's Bar.
Fisherman's Barf. Oh, and last night. So yeah,
Yeah.
9.
Or 9, okay. 9.
We were saying today it's interesting.
So shitty.
Derek is the only person from heaven.
I know
Not to
Erica
win?
said you said that.
Yeah, and Johnny's the only person from hell that's won.
See, that fucked us up. Psychologically.
I guess.
Fucked us
But it's funny, like, just even that shit, like, I you know, I'm not, it's really weird. Like, I mentally prepared myself for the idea that I was going home last night, and I fought like fuck to make sure I wasn't. Like, I was halfway up that board waiting for the balls to come back, because my last couple shots, I threw it up, and
Yeah.
both shots hit the
They're
center
taking
bumper.
forever to get back.
Well, both shots hit the center bumper and then bounced around up there for a minute. And I'm like, I had both hands out to catch, and then I was wham wham, and I got it down, the last target. So I had fired, like, I had both hands up and I caught them both, and I just went like that and got them.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
So-
I was just going like this.
Yeah, I mean, eventually, it was just because I thought it was close, right? Like, I had heard Paris has 3 targets and I had 4, and I'm like, well, no one said my name yet, but, listen, you know, like, I have 4, and they're
Yeah.
saying Paris in the lead with 3, so I just need to keep going, you know. And
Yeah.
but yeah, like I know, and that's the thing too. Like I know that as soon as that happened, and the thing went down, and I went crazy, I know that at home, Corey and Carter are dancing around the living room, even though that means that it's 6 more weeks till they see me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, of course.
They've it's a month and a half. Like that one veto potentially is the difference between me being home tomorrow, day after,
Yeah.
or being home in 6 weeks.